Right, hello everyone. So this is an Ari. Probably about fifth time doing this. Keep making mistakes on the recording, but today I got a few games and a deck list for Skellige. So I think the sort of days of Scoia'tael are unfortunately over. Well, I say unfortunately. I think it's needed doing, but after the constant nerfs, I feel like Skellige's it's still very playable, very good, but it's not broken. We're not going to be seeing the ludicrous win rates we were. Um, and I don't know how I feel about that because Skellige is kind of my favourite faction, and it was nice for it to have its time in the sun, but it definitely mid ranked feel a little horrible. So I still wanted to make a Skellige list and run Skellige on ladder quite a bit this season. So this is kind of what I came up with. It is a homebrew, but as much of a homebrew you can possibly get out of Skellige Warriors at the moment because a lot of the stuff is pretty obvious. I did go with Rage of the Sea because my initial reaction to this was it's very good leader ability and I want to try it out, and I was pretty much spot on. It is very good, probably the best option to choose right now. And yeah, I'll go over the list and explain it. I have a couple of games in there, you know the drill. So I'll initially say that like a lot of these cards I'll just skip over because they're very obvious. Blood Eagle, Harold, scoia'tael, Vabjorn, Raiding Fleet, Hierka, Berserker, Longship, Raiders, Stunning Blow, Invader, um, are pretty much obvious inclusions. I think nearly every Skellige Warrior deck's gonna have all of those in. So I'll talk about the other things. I won't waste your time explaining like why Harold is good, for example. So obviously we are running diversion with this. So first one would be Wild Boar of the Sea. Kind of between Wild Boar and Hemdall. I think at the moment I'm definitely preferring Wild Boar. I've tried both. I feel like Wild Boar does a little better. I feel like you don't struggle too much to get the red health on the board because Rage of the Sea allows you to get lots of little pings in. You've got your Hacker, you've got your Longships, you've got Harold pings, you've got Holger in this list as well. So a lot of the time you get so many damage pings on the board that red health is usually everywhere, and you get so much value with Wild Boar. So the next one is Morkvarg, and this is very sort of meta dependent, I guess, because if the meta was to shift, I'd be looking at Morkvarg as a card I'd be looking to cut, mainly because there's a lot of NR running about, really good against NR. There's also a lot of Symbiosis scoia'tael. Been seeing a lot of those lists running about. And Morkvarg onto a Hammer Dryad is just absolutely insane because Hammer Dryads are kind of a you have to go tall with this unit kind of card. And I have like played Morkvarg that's dealt sort of upwards of like 15 damage, 16. So Morkvarg's playing for like 20 points. I think at the moment it's definitely an auto include, but if the meta shifts, maybe room for removal. So next we have Hjalmar, and like this isn't Blaze of Glory, so Hjalmar's maybe a little weird, but with the new Great Swords, Hjalmar just feels insane. So before you were usually looking in like Blaze of Glory to have like Jutter or Skull in the graveyard, but now you have bronze cards in the graveyard that are giving Hjalmar a 10 damage hit, which just feels really, really good. And I think combined with Morkvarg, you have all the tall removal you need. And so I think the initial issue that people may have with it is like, oh, well, if you miss your great swords in the graveyard, for example, you're going to struggle to get the damage. And I would say, at least for myself, I know that you could definitely kind of misplay this deck and end up without great swords in the graveyard, but I've played this deck for probably about 50 games, couple of changes here and there, but basically this list for 50 games, and I've never once missed having a great sword in the graveyard for Hjalmar, so I don't think consistency is ever an issue, especially when you're running two copies. So I think he's an inclusion, and arguably one of my favourite cards in the list. Has really performed a lot better than I was ever hoping for, so really, really good. So next one's Holger. So they changed Holger, and now at worst he plays for 8 points. And initially I was thinking, well, we're not playing ships, we're not playing pirates. But the more I was thinking about it, I was like, there's a lot more crossover than you expect. So like Morkvarg's a pirate, your raiders and your invaders, they're pirates as well. And you're obviously running like your long ships, and you are boars, so you've got boats as well. So I thought I'd give him his try. I'd try him out, see how he gets on, and seemed to do pretty well. Mainly because it represents another target your opponent has to remove. Because if you kind of compare it to like Harold's on the board every time a warrior comes down, you get the 1 damage ping. Holger's basically doing the same but for pirates, and so say Harold usually resurrects like a raiders, and so you play another raiders during the round or something, or you like use your Morkvarg and Wild Boar as finishers. Um, that'll deal another damage after you play Morkvarg, and your Wild Boar will be boosted by 1. And if you Harold out a raiders, you get another ping, and so then Holger's then played for 11, and that's just a pretty standard game. So I really like him as an inclusion, not a like absolutely insane like win you the game kind of card, but definitely consistent enough for inclusion. So then all these rest of the golds, the pretty obvious ones. I'm running a War of Clans. I know some people don't. I kind of like it with the Ankrit Warriors. I used to not really like War of Clans, but it's definitely grown on me. Mainly because cards like Invader and Warrior being pulled off War of Clans is really good. So I like running the one of this. And since the Babylon changes, being able to access it's a lot easier. So yeah, really good to run. I do have the double great swords because I will basically say now I think great swords are very good. I'll go over the rest of the list and I'll talk about great swords a little bit because I think that's since the change there's a lot of sort of differing opinions on it. So we have one Drummond Berserker, we've got Raiders, again all these obvious stuff. And then we have the Warriors. So I would only ever run Warriors if you're also running War of Clans because they're not amazing if you're just playing them as 3 that bleed 3 damage. It's almost like an investment for your War of Clans later down the line. And 6 points for 4 provisions isn't too bad anyway. And we are running a Hayrmade Protector to kind of round out the list. Mainly because Greatsword damages itself, Drummond Berserker damages itself, and damage is usually just coming in during the game. Most factions are dealing damage in some form, so you can definitely take advantage of that. So say if a unit gets bled, just put Hayrmade Protector down next to it, damage basically gets nullified, and I found it does pretty well. Because all you really need in like round 1, for example, is to just get a Hayrmade Protector set up and Berserker to go off, and then it's 6 power. And it represents a threat that your opponent can't deal damage super efficiently if anything's next to Hayrmade Protector, so it removes the incentive to remove some of your engines, so like a long ship for example. So I really like one in the list. I was running 2, but in that version I had 2 Berserkers and a dim and light longship, and without those extra sort of self-damaging units I don't think you need 2 of these. So that works really well. Definitely a good inclusion to round out the list. So quickly talk about great swords. Just want to like say whoever thought of this change, hats off to them because this was a really good change. I definitely like what they've done with great swords. Because weirdly I don't think this was a nerf. Because it's been capped out, it kind of works very nicely. So it's been boosted by 1 from its base type. So now 4 damage cards like Stunning Blow don't kill it, like an Adder can't kill it for example. And it removes the incentive to ever put damage into it because it will heal itself up. And there's no longer the row lock, it just has similar to Dagger whenever any unit takes damage. And a lot of the time, obviously this doesn't count in some matchups where your opponent doesn't run removal, but sort of most decks at the moment will run some form of tall removal. And if your greatsword gets up to 50 points or it gets up to 10 points, it's kind of irrelevant because 2 ticks of poison will kill it. a Morkvarg. Like, interestingly, now this is better against Morkvarg, for example, because now the worst the Morkvarg can put it down to is 9, instead of before it could put it down to like 3. So it's definitely better against that. Yeah, I just think the change was really, really good, and its 10 base power now makes Hjalmar even better. So I actually think Greatsword's got buffed. There's sort of a different card now, but same premise, and I think they're really, really good. I like 2 copies of it in the list. So that's pretty much the list. I'll run a couple of games, you know the drill, the usual kind of thing, and I'll probably catch you in the next one. One thing I did want to say about before I run the games is I'm thinking maybe next month, maybe month after that, it'll depend on logistics. I'm looking to do a 24-hour charity stream. Looking to do it for Mind, so if you haven't heard that, that's a mental health charity. Something I've kind of wanted to do with my channel for a while. My Twitch and YouTube have picked up a lot faster than I expected, so I didn't think I'd be able to do this kind of thing, but I've noticed I've got a few people watching, so if I can use that for something good, that would be really good. Using good a few terms there, but yeah, I'd like to do something like that because I think charity is really important. I still need to get sort of the logistics sorted out with it, like when I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do during the stream, sort of goals and like promotion for it, everything like that. But I'm sort of going to keep everyone updated, like on my Twitter and on my YouTube here, and I'll mention it on stream. So yeah, if you follow me over there or subscribe on here, for example, there'll be plenty of information about when I'm going to run it. If you want to donate, firstly, thank you, and also there'll be plenty of information where you can do that and everything. So yeah, I'll keep you up to date on that. And that's enough rambling from me. So I'll get you into the games, and I'll catch you in the next one. Great. Carapace. Any way to improve this hand? Probably get rid of a Tear each. Like, this is one of those hands that gets you in trouble, because there's... Maybe Hammer. We haven't really got synergy for Hammer. Okay, this is a lot better. Against Carapace. What are the odds he's running a Pred Dive? Almost 100%, right? Alright. So if they got Pred Dive, let's see it. Galaxy Brained. And now we just accept that, like, if they're actually running 2 Pred Dives, they've just... Fair play. Fair enough. You're holding 2 Pred Dives. Alright, thank God. You always play around the Pred Dive. Like, I've got caught out too many times against Pred Dive to not just automatically play around it because I'm just fed up of it. I'm more interested in getting my graveyard stacked with the stuff I want and just getting out of the round. So we're probably gonna jam like Greatsword, maybe Vabion. That's a good stunning blow. Unless he uses this first, which he might do. Wait a minute, forgot about that. Yeah, that minor issue. Oh, what was the list that runs this? Is it that I think Freddie was playing it, like some... I swear there was like a Kelly deck or something, I can't remember. Can't even remember. Maybe just fish for something else. You are, sorry? Yeah, if you're offering one, yeah. I don't mind fishing for something relatively like low power here. Guarantee the Blood Eagle in later rounds, I guess. Yeah, I don't mind getting the second Raiders. It does give us a means to remove the Phantom. Means like next time we can like ping with Raiders, Stunning Blur, something like that. Not looking to go like much further into this round, to be fair. It's already getting a little further than I'd like. It's getting that fine line between just playing fine and actually just pushing it a bit too far. But I think any further is a little bit of overcommitment. I don't want to get the second Burt down. I don't want to play Morkvarg. It's not necessary to play Herkia. Holger's a bit too late to bring out now. Like, if I was going to play Holger, I would have played it earlier because now, like, I've missed the value I would have got with Longship and Raiders. Hello. Yeah, that's a pretty nice pass. Gives us last say. I'm just really concerned what this list is, in all honesty. This could be... I think this is probably something a little memey. I think he made a Keltalist deck. Not a Keltalist deck, a Kikimor list. And the Endrega eggs just kind of tipped me off a little bit that this could well be Kiki. I won't be surprised if this is Kiki. Does anyone else understand that? Jesus Christ, dude. Whatever. We're missing a few things, but I guess we can. Nah, I think this is fine. We need something for a dry pass. I don't like getting rid of the Greatsword. I feel like Greatsword fits quite well. Okay. We can fight back against a push relatively easily, so I don't think we have to worry too much. Like, if they pass on us here, that's fine, we just play Greatsword. What is this shit, dude? Come on. Oh, fuck, I know what this list is. Don't do this to me. Spawns rats and then yen and right, we need to kind of set up some engines because this isn't going to be a short round. Not going to be a short round. Just going to get consumed, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. So we need to get 2 leaders down. We need to clear as many of these as possible. Because Yen's coming down, unfortunately. So as many as we can remove as possible, the better. Because like Burn Talisman and stuff's coming down. So those pings at that point are basically playing for yeah. So those pings basically played for like that leader on the front row played for 8 points. I mean, really not that far ahead. Kind of surprised, to be honest. So I think we just try and stay ahead here tempo-wise. I think we're always fine. I'm putting a specific album on this. Just got some of the absolutely classic no copyright music going. We'll get this on. Series an interesting one. 7 points. Like, we can commit a leader and play Herka, which would put us ahead. So whether we want to use a leader charge, because I think that's Burn Talisman. That's got to be Burn Talisman. If it's not, then this is fine. Parasite, okay. Okay. So we only need... So that's bleeding down, 43, 41. We literally need like 5 points from here. So I don't mind getting a Tersiech in Graveyard. No, Tersiech are really good in short rounds. But I kind of want to... No, I never want to draw into Ankret Warrior, do I? But that is only 4 points. I think it has to be a Tersiech. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Did I miscount that? Might have been enough. I don't really know. It was Holger Blackhand's ping. I was thinking because we were up by 3. I was thinking, but yeah, Tersiech there played for the extra ping. And of course we draw into the warrior, which is literally what I said we didn't want to do. God, I think we never get a bad replacement for this. I mean, fair. Fair. I genuinely can't remember what list theirs is, so I can't really play around it. Just try and play it solid and take it from there. I think it's the whole like Burn Talisman list and everything like that, but we shall see. Right, so play this. Whichever it lands on, we go. Easy. This is going to be fun. It'll be real fun. So we can... not where I wanted that to land. Just curious what this is. Well, I'm gonna stun and blur this or something. Cool. Alright, let's see if this gets us there. $14 points. Why would you keep Siri there? That's just terrible. Yeah, keeping Siri there is just not good. Tonight, I think the boys want to play, so I think that'd be a good laugh. I kind of like this hand. Definitely like this hand. I never like having scoia'tael in opening hand. Well, this is a loss on even, boys. Big L on even. Okay. Alright, Soul Reed. This dude's running the Saber list that doesn't include Manticore or Dive. I could be super wrong and I'll be absolutely moulding if I am. But soul reads are always right. What do I say, man? Soul reads. Soul reads. I don't mind getting the Hime Protector out here. Kill one of these, get a Hime down. It's reasonable. Doesn't have dominance for Adder to remove this. Like, sure, can Maruna it, but shit, if Maruna comes out to take my Hime Protector, like, more power to you, Chief. Yeah, so we can, like, probably just jam both Great Swords this round, in all honesty. Oh, not. I'd literally remembered, like, not to spread rows and, like, stack instead, and I still nearly spread all the rows. Like a dumbass. Shit, people are actually running Bruxes. Okay, so maybe my soul read was bad, because I thought this was the Saber list, mainly because I was trying out the Saber list, but turns out maybe not. Maybe dodged a bullet there, we'll find out. Could just be that they bricked it, I didn't want to use it or some shit. A leader charge on that doesn't seem good at all. Maybe we pass here. I think our two choices are, like, we either play Great Sword or Berserker here. But I like getting these set up. Because we've got engines going. Still can't Adder. I think the Great Swords always deny Adder, like, ever coming out. And I'll jam this out. I'm probably going to pass next turn. Just loss on evens. Big spooky. Big spooky. I think just a loss this round anyway is just kind of a big loss. A loss this round is kind of a big loss. I'm actually brain dead sometimes. Cause it hits the one that I chose to, like, switch the row on. Oh, it's Frost in it. So that could get hit, that could get hit, that could get hit. No, this is a pass. Like, Frost just gets too many points if we let him keep going. I mean, we have points on the board. They can't just kind of play like, you know, something tiny and just get the pass. Can't just play like a... can they play like a Noonwraith, for example? Like a Noonwraith comes down for like 11 points. No, it comes down for 10 points. Yeah, so Noonwraith wouldn't do it. They'll probably have to commit some... Frost is either playing for 2 or 1. So they're either down by 10 or 9. Okay, well that's... Yeah, that's pretty great. Pretty great. And yeah, even then, like, that wasn't ahead by all that much. Yeah, getting in that position, like, I was thinking about doing some videos, to be fair, on, like, this kind of stuff. Like, the right time to pass and that sort of thing. Because there's definitely, like, a very fine line to it. This hand is pretty amazing. Yeah, I really like this hand. Hand's like close to perfect. We have something we want in the graveyard if we get a dry pass. If not, we have like everything to stop a bleed. It's pretty nice. Oh, that's what I mean, man. Perfect hand. Get that in the graveyard. So we got 2 Great Swords. Got Ancrate for War of Clans. We have access to our other boat. Looking nice. Looking very nice. 5 damage here. In all honesty, we just dig now. Don't want that. Oh! We've quite literally hit everything. This is... Can't ask for better. Cannot ask for better than this. So... Maroon is a card, which is very scary. As much as I want to like delay the Herald, I don't think we can. Because I think if we delay the Herald, we're definitely running the risk of like... Because I was initially thinking like we just drop Hyaka, but then Maruna comes out and steals it, and... Absolutely terrible for us. Want to be denying as much Maruna value as possible. Like, I know that they're going to get a decent Maruna at some point. Ooh, that's not too good. Not too good, that, Chief. Yeah, so we bop that. Do not want bribes sticking on the board. What we see now, Frost Nonsense is gone, Goliath's gone, Boglet's gone, all the Endurga Lava, Bruxers. So there's a lot of golds left. Perfect to get off the board. Obviously Osrul will like almost certainly be coming out, I would imagine, because I don't think you ever run Ygern if you're not running Osrul. And like Morkvarg won't be able to remove it, but we're playing against monsters, like Morkvarg always gets value. I mean, that's definitely final last words and everything. Final last words? That's not English. Head's not working. Head's gone. How big of a threat is this, realistically? Because I'm not liking the way this is going in terms of the boat. Because like doing this means that if he plays another Wild Hunt card, it'll get boosted by 1. But then that's cancelled out by Longship. However, if we don't do it yet, if we just kill this, then like we're losing value. Because scoia'tael killing that is not super good. Like, yeah, he's having to use row movement now. It's obviously not super ideal, but definitely seen worse. So we'll play Hyaka. Because there's enough things now that like Maroon is not as scary as it was. I mean, is this... This just feels like it's bricked Haunt, which would be really good. If so. But somehow I doubt it. So this is like moment of truth, like... There's some good targets, but yeah, this is why I wanted to wait on the Hyaka, because too many things on the board that just scared the life out of me if they get marooned. So we can hit this down to 2, which is kind of nice for Bert. Yeah, I don't think we need to stress. We can just bop this down, because like, yeah, I'm not removing Oberon at this point. Oh, nice ping as well. Very nice ping. Unfortunately, this got removed, but all things considered. So we got Bloodthirst. So we can just Helm out of this.
Who wants to taste Skellige steel?
I mean, maybe not the ping that I was wanting, but I guess it's not so bad. It could definitely be worse. Yeah, this definitely feels like a bricked Haunt. like I've seen this happen so many times, and I don't think it's the correct line of play. Like I've seen people like really delay haunt, but it's just not the one. Really not the one. Yeah, so we're just burnt now. Just because no doubt his next card's going to be a, what's it called? A Death Wish card, and then Bargeist is going to come down and get to be a tall boy, which is a much better target for Morkvarg. So, Werecat. Werecat is a card. I actually thought all three were going to hit Bargeist then, holy shit. I also really like that we killed the Bargeist there. I mean, it's probably a Were-Rat coming down. And now doesn't have a consume onto the Night Wraith that gets spawned. Points. Pretty sure this is a win. Feels good, man. Feels real good, man. Needs a hot fix. I'm not so sure because it kind of feels like Hidden Cache used to be. And like if you look at Hidden Cache now, like the tiniest change of like the one horde thing was enough to kind of take it from like very oppressive to not that strong, just okay. And I kind of feel like that's the state that Shield Wall's in. Like at the moment, it's a minor adjustment away from being fine, and pretty much every like the game's relatively balanced at the moment. You know, every faction's viable. Every faction's definitely viable. Like you can easily hit like 2500 in pro rank with any faction at the moment. Like obviously Northern Realms, and despite like all like how much it's got memed, like Monsters is still pretty strong. Not as strong as it was, definitely, but still pretty good. So do we Stunning Blow this? No, this is a setup graveyard pass on 7. Because if you kind of go like faction to faction, there's still like very much like playable stuff. Like monsters have overwhelming hunger. I mean, you can go Wild Hunt. It's obviously not super optimal, but it's not like terrible by any means. And then like Nilfgaard. There's kind of a lot of ways you can go with Nilfgaard at the moment. Like you can like Hyperthin. I think Hyperthin's kind of pretty good, to be honest. It's not like but I mean, in fairness, I think I might be just getting lucky. I'll just have a look at my match history, but I haven't come up against like that much Shield Wall. But it does feel like I'm getting very lucky. Oh yeah, rank 1 you definitely will. Just people trying to, you kind of get that like every season though. Like rank 1, it's just everyone just trying to get the games out of the way, get up. Just get it out of the way. Yeah, I haven't actually played one Northern Realms game earlier today, and then like 1 last night, 2 last night, and that's kind of it. So I ain't come up against it that much. Feels a lot more balanced. What are we doing here? I'll just check this out. Yeah, it feels relatively fine at the moment. I think people are still doing like placement games, so that needs considering. But like in Pro Rank, I'm not really seeing that much Shield Wall. It's still like good, don't get me wrong, but it's not getting like super jammed out. And I just don't want it to go the way that balance patches have gone in the past, where they take something that's like a good concept and works, just needs tweaking and just absolutely blitz the shit out of it and kill it, which would be really bad, because Hidden Cache and Harmony have really suffered from it, because like you've seen, they basically just more or less reverted what they've done to them, with like a couple of changes here and there, and it's like, probably means they didn't need the change in the first place. Like, I even think the Harmony one was a little weird, because Mystic Echo was the issue. I'm glad they've like addressed it now and everything, but yeah, Mystic Echo was the issue, not Harmony itself. And like Hidden Cache, I think the Louisa change was definitely needed, but yeah, I think it was just very efficient in a meta that allowed efficient decks to absolutely thrive, because Control wasn't like super oppressive, but they ran enough Control to beat other greedy decks. Do need to play some more scoia'tael as well. I'm really torn between what's better, like Shiru or... What the fuck is that Hammer Dryad? Holy shit.
They need protection from them.
Holy fucking shit. I might have to Mork Bag this round then. Because that... Can't do anything about that. Cool. That's fine. We always have a Blood Eagle type. I mean, maybe we just Blood Eagle now. I guess what question is always what for. I'll play Great Sword and a Rage Against. I keep saying Rage Against the Sea, like Rage Against the Machine. So he's played one Rebuke. Holy shit, man! I don't play around Becca's Rock Solid, and I literally run it myself in Shiru. I'll jam this down. If he Forest Protectors, then I feel pretty good. I mean, I don't mind him piling on this, because I'm almost certainly Mork Bagging that. So it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Could be worse. War of Clans. Not so great at the moment. I can just play passively. Like, if we ever get a pass, like, we do still have... Alright, what? What's going on here? What's going on here? Rowdy Dwarves. Honestly, sometimes I can't keep up with what's going on. The game has lost it. If a Zoltan comes down, this is actually going to be Zoltan, isn't it? Wait. No, this is actually going to be Zoltan. I think I actually need to kill these. I want to get another Great Sword out, so not so bad. Use another leader, because that's just too tempting of a Forest Protector. Like, gives him a perfect Forest Protector. Right, so I always Mork Bag here. 10 buzzers ahead, and literally that was what, like a 25 point Mork Bag. Like, always doing that. We'll see what's coming. Yeah. Perfectly timed on that Mork Bag. Ooh. Looking good. Still got plenty of fuel in the tank. Like, I absolutely love Holger. Like, I was really skeptical about running it, but Stunning Blow wants to go. Maybe even drop Blood Eagle, because we can get it with Albion. Only bricks. Nah, there's other stuff we want to look for. Cool. So we get Harold set up, and then we cry when he brings out a Forest Protector straight away and kills it. That's probably the plan. I mean, fair enough. Like, I've got like a video recorded, like I still need to do it again to be fair. Kind of talking about this, like, homebrews are good, provided the homebrew itself is actually good, and that's definitely not it. That's too tempting. That's way too tempting. They're just way too tempting. Cool. God. I think this is enough. Yeah, so Blood Eagle onto that. Yeah, I think this is enough by one. No, not even close. Not even close.